Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to go through some few pairs, the trades that I'm active in and the ones that I've taken for the week. Okay, so I've taken 5 trades this week: pound Swiss franc, Kiwi yen, Aussie Kiwi, Aussie Swiss franc, and dollar card. Okay, so first we are going to go through my active trades and we start with pound Swiss franc. As you can see, pound Swiss franc, I took the buy setup from this area. Okay, I took my buy setup from this area and the market played out quite nicely. And we managed to reach our level, our target. And this was a nice setup. But from this was an expanding pattern of which I expected the drop again from this third touch to the downside. Because as you can see from the higher time frame, we are still in this descending channel of which we have not yet finished. Okay, we're in this descending channel, so I'm just hoping for this price to push all the way down to this third touch for us to push up. So the down move is a long-term move at the moment. This one is a long-term move. So I'll be expecting to see if we can get a correction from here. Then we'll enter this market for the big sell setups. Okay, I'll be looking to take this market all the way down past this level because this is just an expanding channel, which is a bigger correction of this down move. Okay, so we're expecting this push to go all the way down. Okay, next we have QEN. On QEN, we have this expanding pattern over here. And from this expanding pattern, as I told you guys, yen pairs will drop soon. I managed to get this three touch pattern over here. And from the 1 hour chart, I managed to get an entry after this inverted arm over here. So this one I'm currently active in because I know it has a long way to go. So my first target will be this 90% rule over here, which we are about to reach. But my overall target is all the way down in these areas because this pattern is quite big. I'm expecting this pair to reach all the way to these areas over here. So this is my overall target down in these levels. So next we're going to go through Aussie Kiwi. Aussie Kiwi also pushed quite nicely. I posted this as my trade of the week, but the correction extended for a bit. As you can see, we had this expanding pattern over here, and from this expanding pattern I had this ascending channel, and within this ascending channel, this is pattern within patterns. So within this ascending channel, we managed to get this 1 2 3 touch over here. So within this 1 2 3 touch, I posted this on my Telegram channel when this correction was still underway, and I posted this as a trade of the week. And I entered this market on this level. Once I saw this double top on this area, I entered the market, but as you can see, this long wick took me out. But I knew where the market was supposed to go. So when this wick took me out, I was already getting prepared to re-enter again the market because I know where the price was to go. So as you can see, the pattern pushed up with this wick extending to the upside. But once we broke this level, I managed to take again another entry from this small correction over here. I managed to take another entry from this correction, and you can see the price pushed down nicely. So I'm currently at break even, and my first target will be these lows over here. After these lows, second target will be on this low, 90% rule of this biggest structure up here. But my overall target is quite far. As you can see, this pattern is so big. So my overall target will be these areas. So I'll be looking to take this market all the way to these areas. So if you're in this trade, just hold on it. I posted it as trade of the week, but it started playing out quite late in the week. But we still need to hold on to it, as it will give us massive profits. Okay. Next we have Aussie Swiss Franc. Aussie Swiss Franc also had a nice pattern. I remember talking about this pair from our last video. As you can see, the pattern, we expected this pattern. Once we saw this daily week candle, we had a hammer over here. I expected this to push down, followed by a correction and a continuation. But as you can see, the price pushed back up again and then quickly reversed back down. So after this reversal, I waited for another correction for me to take it to the downside. As you can see, this is what I got, and that's what we always look for. I did not post this on my Telegram channel. I did not post this, but the analysis itself, I did post the analysis, of which I talked about this correction for the push to the downside. So if you manage to catch this move, congrats. As you can see, we are almost at our 90% target of this smaller structure, but our overall target, as you all know, our overall target will be on these lows down here. So we'll be looking to hold this trade if it plays out. Okay, so next we are going to go through dollar card. Dollar card, we managed to get this very nice trade over here. This was a nice trade. This was a so nice trade. As you can see from our bigger pattern, I managed to get this 1-2 touch over here. So after this push, I waited for that correction for me to enter again the market to the push to the upside, and you can see the price came back to my level. Okay, price came back to my level where I wanted it, and you can see the price, it pushed up a bit, came back down, up, consolidated, came back down, formed an descending channel, and then pushed to the upside. So this one did not have any correction for an entry over here. So if you were waiting for that bigger correction, you could have missed this move, of which it was so fast. This move was so fast. From it started on Thursday to Friday. Okay, this move was so fast. Okay, so from this third touch over here, as you can see, this is the third touch. So I'm expecting a push to the downside followed by a correction and continuation. So I'll be looking to take this sell over here, and from this pattern, I came to realize that this overall pattern seems unlikely to play out, because this small pattern here shows a continuation to the downside. So if we can just tweak our pattern like this, we can tweak this pattern of ours, okay, so that we have this 1-2 touch from the upside and from the downside. As you can see from this touch, we see this as a potential correction for that big move. Okay, for that big move here, followed by correction and the push down to this area, we get our third touch, and then when we get this correction, we enter now for the big buys. So I'll be looking to take this sell again from up here. Okay, I'm going to take this sell from up here to the downside. So as you can see, this is almost ready. We're just waiting for that push down and a correction, and we enter the market for those sells. So be alert on this one. As you can see, the move is quite big, because we are still in this correction, larger correction over here. You can just finish this correction, then we can push to the upside. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to talk about the pairs that I'm currently on my watch list, on my radar. First is CAD Swiss Franc. From CAD Swiss Franc, we talked about this pattern over here. We have talked about this pattern. As you can see, the price pushed up and extended. Okay, the price extended. After the price extended, as you can see, the market is pushing back down to our pattern. So all we are waiting for now is just a small down move followed by a correction inside our pattern, and we take it to the downside. So I'll be looking to take this trade from these areas. Okay, I'll be taking these trades from these areas. Stop loss above that correction that will form, and our first profit, our overall profit, will be down on the lower pattern over here. So be on alert on this one. This one can also be trade of the month. Okay, because this pattern looks clean. If we just get this correction over here, we can we can take it to the downside all the way to these levels. Okay, so next we are going to talk about US oil. US oil, from our previous video, we had this pattern over here. From this pattern, we were waiting for that correction. As you can see, it's not yet completed. Just waiting for that correction to complete. Once this correction is completed, we'll take it to the upside. As from the previous video, I analyzed this pair and I told you guys to wait for this correction. This correction has been a bit slow, but within next week I'm expecting it to finish, which will take this one to the upside. As you can see, as you know, oil moves with a lot of pips, so you need to be careful with this one. You need to do proper risk management. Okay, we are just waiting for that last push down this level of ours, because as you can see from our line is where we have this resistance area over here. So this resistance area, I'm expecting it to become the support where the price will bounce to the upside. Okay, so from this key value area over here, we're just waiting for it. So let's just be patient with this one, and we just wait for that last push to this area so that we can take it to the upside. Another trade we have is gold. Gold can be our trade of the week for next week. This can be our trade for next week actually, because gold is pushing up nicely. As you can see, we are currently at a correction of this bigger down move. Okay, this move was so impulsive, and this is like a big correction for us to complete it and continue to the downside. Okay, so we are in a short-term uptrend, which is corrective, and then long-term will be on a selling. Okay, so when let's come up with a pattern over here. Let's see, can come up with this pattern here. 1 2 touch, another 1 2 touch over here. So if we manage to break our trend line over here, we have our trend line here. Okay, so if we manage to get this push up correction, we'll get this move over here up to that third touch. From the third touch, we're looking for the big sales to the downside. Okay, because this one looks like an ascending channel, which will be looking to take those buys. But remember guys, this is gold, so we can take opportunity of this buy setup down here to push it all the way to these levels, because we are dealing with higher time frame. So with this higher time frame, I'm expecting the price to move with nice pips. As we move to lower time frame, you can see some good rejections down here. These are some good rejections over here. Okay, so I'm expecting this price to push up from here. I've entered with a risk entry already in this trade. I'm in this trade already, because from 15 minutes I managed to get my entry for 15 minutes over here. Okay, because as you look from 15 minutes, we formed head and shoulders pattern. You can see we formed a head and shoulders pattern over here. So I'll be looking, I'm already in this trade. I entered from these areas, stop loss just below this week, and I'll be looking to take this trade all the way up. So I'm currently in this trade, but you can wait for that safe entry. As you can see, safe entry is after you have broken the trail line and formed a correction. But so far I'm already in this trade with a risk entry. I'll be looking to take it all the way to that upper trend line. Okay, so this one is also a nice setup. You can enter this trade on Monday when the market opens immediately. You can enter this trade because gold is so nice. So this one is our trade of the week. We have already seen the trade of the month. This one is a trade of the week. And remember guys, even in this, you can see from this channel over here, from this market structure over here, the price moved down with this 3-touch pattern over here. We move down with the 3-touch pattern. So with this already, it gives me a clue that the price wants to push up. So I'll be looking to hold on this one. I'll be looking to hold on this one, which has potential for the move to the upside. Lastly, we'll see dollar yen. This is our last analysis. From this dollar yen pair, the price, we have been waiting for this price to push back down. Okay, so we've been waiting for this pair to push back down, and as you can see, the price pushed up quite aggressive. And from what we have seen with other yen pairs, the yens have already started to push to the downside. Okay, so for me, the price, even here, the price has already shown us the signs of it pushing to the downside. Because because as you can see the price pushed down, made this correction for a continuation. Already I should be in this trade already, but since I entered on QEN, I wanted to see further development of this price on this area, because QEN pushed quite a lot, and you can see dollar yen hasn't pushed yet. As you can see, we are still on this correction move, and from this correction move I can see the correction has ended already. Okay, this correction has ended, so we can just take this trade like this. This is a tight flag from a 15-minute chart. This is a tight flag, so from here you can just enter the market. This one you can enter even when the market opens immediately on Monday. As you can see, this is a tight flag after this impulse correction continuation, so I'll be looking to take this trade also. This trade looks nice, and our potential target will be on these lows down here. This will be our potential target. Okay, so that's all I have for this week, guys. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay, cheers.